from side to side. Just let the arms just flap around the back. Oh, now you look good in your shorts, babe. I can't hear you, but your body's saying something like, don't look, but they look great. That's what I need to buy. I've been looking for those online. Okay, so arms around the back, just stimulating the meridians around the back, the kidneys, and the adrenal energy. Maybe a little bit higher around the arms. So just kind of, you can always have a little pummel on the arm. You can do a little bit of fists and just tapping the shoulders. And headless. And then let that come back down again. And just allow the arms to be relaxed and heavy, and just let that swing in slow. And then just gently come into stillness. Close the eyes. Just feel the connection to the earth. Feel the connection with the feet. Spread the toes nice and wide. So lift the toes really wide and let the little toe come down. Then the next little toe, moving toe by toe till we get to the big toe. Then inhale, lift the big toe and through one by one the little toe. Just start to feel the energy in the toes. Just let them ripple along the ground. And then let the toes come nice and broad. Keep the space between the toes if we can. I'm just going to gently rock forward and backward. We rock forward, lengthen the heel back. And then lift the toes spread and wide and lengthen the front foot forward. Just a couple of times. We want to have the feet a little bit hip distance apart so we can heel toe them in. So we've got them nice and straight. So if you look at the second big toe, you want it facing forward. And then just let the weight come onto the outside of the feet and then sway over to the side. So we start to feel the edge of the feet. So we want to kind of, when we're grounding, we want to ground those. And then come to stillness. And then imagine I'm just putting my finger under the arch of your foot. And you lift up with the arch of the foot, draw the energy through that pada bandha connection with the earth. And again, just make sure the toes are spread nice and wide. So I started to clutch my toes. So feel that the toes connecting the edge of the feet and lift the arches of the feet. Now lift the arms to the sky. Interlock the fingers into like a little move, just the fingers interlocking. Pointy fingers pointing forward, lift the sky. Shoulders rolling back and down. Inhale, rising. So feel the arches of the feet lifting. And as we lift the arch of the feet, we feel that connection with the Mula Bandha, rising up through the perineum pelvic floor. Nice and long. And then exhale, lean over to the left. As we lean to the left, pushing the right foot to the earth. Sorry, I should mirror. On my phone it mirrors, on this it doesn't. So a nice stretch to the body, tummy button drawing in. Just feeling engaging with the glutes and the thighs. Inhale to center, reach to the sky. Exhale, go to the side and pop the hip out if our back feels safe. Otherwise, keep the hips nice and in line. Taking the gaze under that top arm. Inhale to center. Pushing the feet, the outer edge of the feet, the toes spreading nice and wide. Exhale to the side. Let the hip pop out. Inhale to center. Rise. Exhale to the side. Keep the hips level if our back is in good. Otherwise, let the hip pop out. Gaze on the top arm. Tummy drawing in. Inhale to center. Pause. And we're going to release the hands and step the feet wide. So we're going to move through goddess pose. So we're going to make sure when we bend the knees, they're coming out to the back. So we can bring a little mudra to our fingers. We can bring our thumb and first finger together. Inhale, rising. Exhale, down. Pushing the knees back. Tuck the tail of the spine under. Tummy's drawing in. Arms coming back. Inhale, rising. Exhaling down. Toes spread nice and wide. Inhale, rising. Exhaling down, and either keep moving or pause here, pushing the knees back, tail tucking, shoulders rolling back. Arms come together, pushing the elbows up, elbows down and opening. Straighten the legs, lengthen the arms. And down. Pause, arms together, lifting up, lifting back to shoulder level, open up, lengthen legs. Exhaling down, last time. Elbows together, lift the arms. Down and open, lengthen. Pause, long, star pose. Release the fingers, just twinkle the fingers, little stars. And then bring awareness to this. So it's my left foot, so be your right foot. Pivot on the heel and turn, whoops. Turn the toes in, reaching forward into triangle pose. So rising up to triangle. So still stretch inside the body, push the outer edge of that foot to the earth, raise the gaze to the top hand. Breathing here. So feel the energy rising through the sole of the foot, outer edge connecting to the earth, toes spread nice and wide. Inhale, lifting back to center and reverse. Back hand to the back thigh, sliding down with the front arm to the sky. Relax this bottom shoulder, gaze to the sky. Inhale, rising, reaching forward once more. Pause, reach further forward, then drop the hand. Either keep this back arm around the back, let the shoulder come back, and then or lift the arm to the sky. Again, feel the connection with the feet. Feel the outer edge to the feet grounding, and feel the arch lifting. Inhale, rising, and reversing last time. Back hand slides down, front arm to the sky, soften the back shoulder. Nice straight legs. Feel the outer edge of the feet connecting. Feel the arch of the foot rising. And then last time, inhale, rising, reaching forward, Trikonasana, hands to the leg, back arm comes around the back body if you want to, or it can lift. Depends how our shoulders feel. But nice straight legs, and feel a nice stretch down the side of the body. So keeping that shoulder back, keep the heart opening. Inhale to center. We're going to come into Trikonasana, Virabhadrasana. So if you have wider legs, set the back foot further back and bend this front knee. So back leg's nice and straight. Pushing the outer edge of the foot to the ground, turn the toes slightly in, and then come to the hands to shoulder height. So we're going to feel our way into this. We're going to inhale, rise, and then exhale, sink down. Whoops, the mat is a bit slippy. So nice straight back leg. Feel the edge of the back foot pushing down, toes are turning in, this front knee is over the ankle. Shoulders relax from the ears, and our drishti, our gaze, is forward to our fingertips. So it's all about Virabhadrasana as a warrior of love, and this is him fighting off anything that we don't need, bad things. Arms are our sword. Inhale, rising, straighten the front leg. Exhale, sink down to the center. So equal weight to the back foot. Imagine I'm pushing that back arm back and gaze to the front fingers. Soften the shoulders from the ears. Inhale, raise that back arm. Move the front arm. I'm going to turn towards his front foot. Lift the back heel. I'm going to come into Virabhadrasana 1. So that front knee again is over the heel. And then we can ground the back heel. Make sure the hips feel okay, make sure the knee feels okay. Then bring the hands behind the back. Insert the fingers, open our heart. Either stay nice and straight if our back isn't so good, or leaning back. And then coming forward, bring the heart down, lift the arms. Make sure that front knee stays over the ankle. If you've got it available to you, you can come on the inside of the leg, or otherwise let the arm or the body rest on this front thigh, lift shoulders. Stretch the shoulders out. We can lift it up and then release further down. Back leg is nice and straight. Front knee is over the ankle. Breathing here. Release the hands onto the back. Bring the hand and onto this front foot. Lift the back heel and come into a lunge. And drop the back knee. And just pushing back into like a little runner's stretch. The back toes can stay tucked or they can flatten. And lift the front foot to the sky. Inhaling and exhaling. I always find I'm shouting like I'm trying to get to wherever you are. I know you can hear me perfectly well, so sorry for shouting. And let the body release over that front leg. And then rock forward. Going to pause here, back in a lunge. So then back knee can stay under the hip or we can slide it further away just to stretch the back thigh. And then if it feels okay, we can either use supports for the hands if you wanted to use supports. Or we can lift up and open the heart in our crescent moon. Really good for our sciatica. I think it's called Janyasana. Anyway, it's really good for our stretching the hip flexors. Shoulders relax down the back. Nice long breaths. Feel the toes spreading nice and wide on the front foot. Lift the arch still. And then bring the hands down. I'm going to step back just a moment. Either sit on our calves or cross leg or child pose just to come back into the body. So hands on our tummy. Big breath in, big breath out. Then let the hands slide down, nice long extended child pose. Just stretching out the body. Feel the palms sucker the earth, lift the fingers and spread the fingers really wide. Then let the fingers come down, grounding to the earth. Feel the whole of the hand connecting to the earth. And we're going to come into down facing dog. We're going to come into a nice slow way, so lift onto the knees. So we're just making sure we've got our hands slightly forward. Again, fingertips gripping, palm lifting, tuck the toes. And we're going to keep the knees bent and push the bottom back. Tummy drawing in, shoulders rolling away from the ears. We can always bend one knee and lengthen the other. And then change sides. And then both heels towards the earth. And then we're going to just rock forward into a plank. Tummy drawing in, shoulders rolling back, exhaling back. Moving forward gently on the breath in. You can drop the knees down to half plank. Make sure the inner elbows face towards each other. Exhaling back, really good for our core energy. Keep that tummy engaged. Maybe pause for a moment here. Pushing the heels away if we're staying in the full plank. Shoulders roll back from the ears. And either stay here or a little bend on the elbows, lower halfway. Inhaling up. Exhale down halfway, elbows into the body. Drop the knees if we need. Just a couple more. Really good for our upper body strength. And then push back to downward facing dog. And then we're going to meander the feet forward. So left foot to the right side of the mat. Then right foot over to the left. And we're going to come forward into a dangle. So we can really let the knees bend. And let the body rest on the thighs. Or the knees can be a little tiny bit bent. And we can even interlock our hands and just let the spine release. So feel all the muscles in the back have a nice release. And the space between the vertebrae. Just make sure the head is okay. So we can move the head forward and backwards. Sideways to sideways. And see if we can release a little bit further down. So again, spread the toes nice and wide. Feel that connection to the earth, the outer edge of the feet connecting. Maybe bring the arms behind the legs, drawing our head in. Feet can be still quite wide, or as wide as the hips altogether. Depends how your body's feeling. Physical body and the energy body. Maybe straighten the legs a little tiny bit if we can. Draw the head a little bit closer. And then very slowly going to go into half forward fold. So just lifting the body. We can have the hands on the ground or hands pushing on the thighs. I'm going to put my hand on the thighs. Shoulders roll back in a half forward fold. Again, just check the toes, rooting to the earth. And then we're going to rise up. So either, if it feels better for your back, we can curl up, bend the knees a lot and round up. Or we can hinge from here. Or if your feet are feeling quite strong, hands can come to the heart center and we can just hinge up and pause. Releasing the hands. Open the heart. There's a cat in my garden. I think it's thinking about having a poo. And I can't do anything about it. Okay, shut roll back. Spread the toes nice and wide again. Reconnect to the earth. You're just gently rocking forward and backward, lengthening that connection to the earth. So the earth is Mother Earth, our female energy, drawing up through the soles of the feet. And rising up through the crown of the head, like being drawn up with a little golden thread. This is the masculine energy. The yang, the active, the sun, our Shiva energy in Indian philosophy. Then inhale, raise the arms to the sky, palms, fingers interlocking again. Wrap the thumbs round like little pointy fingers. See if you can find the length in the arms, but the shoulders roll down the back. And then again, we're going to do that curling to the side. So easing over to the left, let the hips pop over to the right, so that feels okay in our back. Otherwise, body and hips and everything stays nice and straight. Feel engaged around the tummy. Feel the outer edge of the foot grounding. Right arches lifting. Inhale to center. Rise. And exhale over to the left. Right, sorry, other side. Inhaling. Rise. And exhale, easing over. Inhale, rise. Exhale, easing over. Inhale to center, pause. Release the hands. Find the length between the ears and shoulders. Shoulders roll down the back. And then we'll take awareness to this right foot. So on the other foot now, stepping back and opening up into triangle pose. So again, both legs are straight. The outer edge of the foot is grounding. Toes slightly turning in. If it doesn't feel good on your hip to have your toes facing straight ahead, then just ease it. Just work with your body. We're all different. We don't put any strain on the knees or the hips. And I'm going to reach forward. This is really good. I can see you in the mirror. This is really good. Reaching forward and drop that hand down. Lift the top arm to the sky. If it feels not good on our shoulder, we can drop this top lifted arm down the back. Then pushing away through the feet. Lift the toes, for the toes nice and wide. For the edge of the feet grounding, reaching back down to the back thigh with the front arm to the sky. So just working that feels safe. Tummy's drawing in. Make sure we're drawing the thighs towards each other, drawing the energy of the body. Inhale, rising, reaching forward. Dropping that hand down to triangle, Trikonasana. Easing our way in. Again, feel the toes spreading nice and wide. Outer edge of the foot grounding. Arches lifting. And then push away. Back foot pushed away, lifting up to the sky and reverse. Inhale to center. Bend that front knee. You're going to come into warrior two. So maybe the back foot wants to come back. So again, when we bend this front knee, we want to make sure that when we come up and down, we go up and down. We don't lean backwards or forwards. Arms to shoulder height. Gaze on our front fingers. Inhale, rising. Exhale, sinking down. So that back foot might want to slide further back, but make sure the weight of the body stays in the centre so we don't lean forwards. Make sure we've got equal connection, equal weight to both feet. And as we gaze down to the front toe, the knees coming out also, we can see the big toe. Inhale, rising. Exhale, sinking down. Shoulders relax from the ears. Maybe a little affirmation here, a little focus. As we come into our warrior two, thinking about the rest of our day, not getting drawn into what we're going to do, but how we're going to do it. Maybe staying balanced, but in control, healthy. Inhale, rising, last time. Exhale, down. Drop the back hand to the back thigh, front arm to the sky, into sun warrior. So having thanks for our sunshine, beautiful sky. Then lift the back arm up, turn towards that front foot, lift the back foot up and turn into warrior one. So if we want to ground the back heel, we can do. We're going to keep it lifted in a balance, we can, but mine's grounded. Front knee is bent. Bring the arms behind the back. Open the heart and lean forwards. As we lean forward, push the back foot to the ground. So we stay connected to the earth with both feet. And then we can either let the body rest on this front thigh, or the arm, or we could bow down. Lift the arms a little bit higher maybe. Humble warrior. And then we're going to bring the hands back down to the earth, lift the back heel, drop the back knee into a lunge. So we can either make sure the front knee stays over the ankle. We can stay with this back knee onto the hip, or we can slide it further back and then come into runner's lunge. The back toes don't have to be curled under. I just like tucking my toes under. It can be flat if that feels better for your toes. And then let the body relax over this flag. Toes tip into the sky. Inhaling and exhaling. Then rock forward. I'm going to find our lunge here. So that again, the knee can go right under the hip or further back. We can use supports underneath the hands to find that nice long spine. Or we can lift the arms to the sky. Be kind to our back. So if it feels bad, if it feels niggly, then just lift the weight up so we're not sinking down. Only sinking down, that extra stretch on the thighs. Maybe flatten the back foot. But make sure the back isn't pinched or anything. Always bring the arms behind the back as well, open the heart. And then bring the hands back to the blocks or the floor. And we're going to step back into child pose, just to stretch the back out in a really kind way. So knees can be right together or a little bit apart. Arms could be forward or under our forehead or on the side of the body. Just let the shoulders relax. Inhaling and exhaling. 5 long breaths in, 5 long breaths out. And we're going to slide the hands forward. We're going to drop the chest down, let the chin down, keep the bottom up. And then slide forward. Coming onto our tummies. So we come into Sphinx pose. Or if you want to work a little bit stronger, legs come wide, hands turn out. You can hold on to the corner of the mat and come into seal pose. So let the shoulders roll down the back. Connecting now with that back energy around the lower back, our kidneys, our adrenal energy, our adrenal. Anyway, our energy. So just bringing the energy into the back and breathing out anything blockages here. And then slowly sink down, let the hands release forward. It's like a Superman kind of thing. Forehead to the earth. Just come off the toes and bring the legs back parallel back together. And then bring the left hand underneath the forehead. We're going to stretch up the thighs. We're going to bring that right foot in. And then bring the hand around the foot. Draw the foot towards the body. So we're looking at stretching out through the hips. So if our hand doesn't come to our foot, we can use a belt. Or we could just bend it, don't have to worry about holding it at all. So we're going to just see what each side feels like, so we can release one and then change over. Forehead can rest on the other arm. And just see how this side feels. If it feels a good idea, we can bring both feet in and we can hold on to both feet. And if it feels a good idea, we can lift the head, squeeze the shoulders together, squeeze the elbows together, and maybe lift the knees. If it feels niggly on our back, don't do this. Just keep the body of the head and the legs on the ground. Just to isolate the stretch in the thighs. Only lifting up if it feels a good idea. If you wanted to stimulate the tummy area, we can rock from side to side or forward and backwards, just making this feel like your practice. Tune into what your body needs. And then slowly release, let the legs release, let the arms come to support the head. Just wiggle the bottom, just release any tightness in the back. Then we're going to push up onto the forearms. Now we're going to come onto our side. So we're going to roll onto the one side. Doesn't matter which side, we'll do both anyway. Just make sure we've got our body in a nice straight line. And then we're going to come back down. Use the hand under the head for support. We're going to just bring this top leg up to the sky. So again, we can hold. So the bottom foot is flexed. We've got that nice supportive grounding foundation. We're on the hip side. We're not rolling back. And then we can either hold onto the leg, the thigh, or onto the calf, or to the toes. And again, if you've got a belt handy, you could put a belt over the foot and use that. So that bottom foot is nice and flexed. We've got a nice stable foundation to the earth. Breathing here nice and slow. Let's see if we're gripping anywhere and see if we can just relax into the pose. And then bend the knee, bring that foot behind the back to stretch the thigh again, after all our thigh work. So the knees and the thighs are connected, holding the foot behind the bottom, shoulder rolls back, and just see if we can just stretch the thigh. Now, if you wanted to add a little energy boost to this, we could just lift that bottom leg. So tummy draws in, and we can have balance, and it's drawing the tummy in, stretching out. And then release the bottom leg, and we're going to change sides. So you just roll over. I'm just going to swivel round. And again, we can start quite high and make sure we're in a nice straight line. on our hip bone side, not rolling back onto our glute. And then we're going to slide this top leg up. Make sure the bottom leg, the foot is flexed. We've got a nice stable foundation. We can hold on the back of the thigh, the calf. Fingers can come around the big toe even. Just draw the leg, nice straight leg, pushing the heel away, tucking the toes down. You can notice if we're gripping anything, and if we need to change, just change. And then we're going to bend the knee and bring the foot behind the bottom, so the knees together, thighs together. Little stretch on the thigh, tummy buttons drawing in. And again, we can keep the left foot on the ground, or we can lift it from the ground. Just bring the tummy in, feel the energy coming into the tummy. And then release, come to roll onto our back, very gently, very slowly. Realign the spine with the earth. Again, hands on our tummy, feet grounded, and just rock the tummy forward and backward just to check in with the back body. So just make sure there's no tightness in the hip area, the pelvic area. Big inhale, big exhale. And then we're going to move from the so when we inhale, the tummy rounds, the tail of the spine is tucking down, that natural curve in the spine is rounding the lumbar lordosis spine. And then we're going to rock the weight onto the right hip. So we kind of feel the left hip lift up maybe. And then round to the back. So the tummy draws in on the exhale. Take the weight over to the left hip. And then as we inhale, the tummy rounds, the tail tucks down. So a very gentle circular motion, really good for our backs, just to ease out all that tightness in the back, in the lower spine, pelvic basin. Just very gentle, like a little gentle undulation of the hips. Inhaling, exhaling, change direction, it feels nice. And then maybe hands to tummy, just pause here. Next, I'm going to do a little inversion. So I've got my chair handy to do a restorative inversion. If you want to get a chair or a stool or put your legs over a seat, a sofa or a bed, you can do, and I'll just show you. If you wanted to lift up onto some blocks, you can also do that. The hips be elevated. So it depends if you'd like to be in a restorative inversion. And again, if you haven't got a chair, a sofa, a bed, you could put if you've got the wall, you put your legs against the wall. So this is a nice relaxing shavasana. If you wanted to come into a plow or a shoulder stand, then you can, of course you can do. So it's just what feels good for you. If you wanted to come into a bridge pose, strengthening the back muscles, but also in, the heart is then higher than the head, you could do that. You could put support under the hips. We've got about 10 minutes left, 15 minutes left. So if you've got time for a shavasana, a relaxation and an inversion if you wanted to. So if you're here with me in a nice relaxed inversion, we're going to bring our right hand up to our face, and we're going to move through our alternative nostril breathing. So just allowing the thumb and little finger rest against the nostrils. Just a slow breath in and a slow breath out. If you've come to land here and you're thinking, I need to do something else, please do. Just slightly let the right nostril close with the thumb, and then we're going to breathe a slow inhale and a slow exhale through the left nostril. So really slow. And close the left nostril and release the right. And a slow, slow breath in. And a slow, slow, slow breath out. So in your own time, closing and releasing alternative nostrils. And just slow the breath down. If you can't breathe through the nostrils, don't worry about it. Just make this your practice. You can just drop the hands and just breathe slowly and just focus on the breath out if you don't want to use this alternative nostril breathing. As the breath slows, you might feel that when you close the nostril, you might want to close both nostrils and pause. This is only safe if you haven't got any eye problems, if you haven't got any blood problems or heart problems. It feels healthy to do so. And release one nostril and breathe very slowly. Inhale and exhale. Just watching each breath wandering out. And feel with each breath out the whole body starting to relax. Feel the back body sinking into the earth. If you want to just release the left hand down to the ground, and fingers can be soft, or we can bring a little mudra, a link, a bond, a loop into the energy. It can be any thumb tip to any fingertip, maybe to the first fingertip. Noticing the silence between the breaths, the beating of the heart. When you've had enough, just release that hand down and feel the energy in the body. As you inhale, just imagining the lungs are giving a little squeeze to the heart. Maybe just hearing that sight Ujjayi breath as the back and throat just gently contracts. And let this breath feel like a little wave of loving kindness through the body. Maybe letting our mind wander to someone or to a pet or something that we really unconditionally love. And feel as we inhale, we're breathing that love in. That love that we have for them and for the love that they have to us, receiving that love and giving the love back. Feel the warmth of that loving sensation through the whole body. You might find that our hands are quite happy where they are. They may want to come and rest on the body. Just tune in to how we want to be here in this moment. These last few moments, your time. Feeling connected. It's that loving energy around. Each breath in, feel the heart lifting, expanding. Unconditional loving kindness. Not the understanding Namaste, just drop in. I am the love, the light, the beauty and the peace within, as it is in you. And when you are in this space, I am in this space. We are together. We are united. We are one. So you may want to stay here longer, or you may want to bring one knee in, the other knee in. Come into a twist onto the left, so let the knees come in. If you want to rock or roll, you can do. But just let the knees in your own time fall to the left and the head turn to the right. So the last wringing out anything that's still there, don't need. Breathing it out like a grey smoke. It can be any twist, whatever you want to do. And then let the knees slowly come back one to one at a time, and then find our twist to the right. Any twist. You can use supports underneath the legs if you want. And let the head pick up and turn the head in the opposite direction. breathing out anything that needs to be released on this side. Just making the most of the last few minutes of your time, staying present. And we're going to curl. If it feels a good idea, we're going to curl into fetal position on this right side, just using our arms or our hands or a pillow just to support the head. Draw the knees in. Staying here. As we come towards the end of the practice, just pause and think about 3 things that we are most grateful for in this moment today. You might find there's more than 3. That's okay. If you think of these things or people, whatever it is, what we have in our life today, and we set a quality in ourselves, quality in somebody else. As we think of these things we're most grateful for, just feel the energy vibrating higher, positivity. Namaste.